All right, today is Sunday, November 7th, 2021. Little project for today is I'm gonna get these valances for the 60 in epoxy primer. So order these things off of, well, they sell them on eBay. I got them local. On eBay, you can get the set of 4 for like maybe $6.50. And then if, you know, a pair is like half of that. And man, I'm really impressed with the quality of these things. They're really nice stuff, man. For the cost of originals. Now I have like I think 2. I think I have one front and one rear original, and I compared them in a previous video, and man, they're really spot on. These I would definitely recommend these pieces. I was really impressed. Like I said, I didn't know what to expect. We did test fit one on the rear, lined right up. Can't do on the front until, of course, the car is assembled. But I know you can buy them used for like, I don't know, maybe 100 a piece, and they're going to have some dents, and they're going to need to be stripped and body worked and all that. And it's just, man, time consuming over saving, you know, $200. I would rather spend the extra and get these brand new pieces. So when they ship them, I mean, obviously they come from overseas, and they're in plastic bags and they're coated with oil. So what I did this morning was I washed these things inside the house with just dish soap and water. And we have a little bit of surface rust going on here. I'm going to remove that with some OSPO. And then I'm going to DA these things with 80 grit, and I'm going to get them in 2 coats of SPI epoxy. So I'll bring you guys back, show you the process on the OSPO. All right, so here's the stuff they call OSPO. I bought this stuff off of eBay probably about a year ago. It comes in a quart container, and I believe it was like $30. And I have about a third of a quart left. Real easy. Pour it in a little stainless bowl here, and what we're going to do is we're just going to try and remove this flash rust. Really easy. So probably should be wearing gloves when you do this, but I don't have any gloves right now. So the key with this stuff here is you want to rinse the part very well after you're done doing this. And this is really minor, but if you don't address it right now, it will come back and it's going to grow. Now on these valances, I'm not too concerned about it, because of course it's a valance and it's way on the bottom of the bumper, but you would definitely want to address this if it was on the top of the hood or on the top of your trunk or anywhere that you can see, because that's going to come back and grow on you and turn into bubbles, and I've had that happen. So that's pretty much it. As you can see, it's gone. So what I'm going to do now is take my soapy water, wipe it down, and I'm going to rinse these off eventually in a minute here, and then scuff them with the 80 grit, and we're ready for the epoxy. Real easy today, real easy project. Just want to get these things done, slowly chipping away at the car. These things don't need any body work or anything like that, so might as well. So I'll bring you guys back here once I start DAing. All right, so we're back. I DA'd these things with 80 grit. I couldn't do it on camera because they're really awkward pieces, but I just use a 5-inch DA, interface pad, 80 grit sandpaper, and 1 sheet. So we got it all 80 grit scratches. So what I'm going to do now is wash them with soap and water, dry them, and then I'm going to use a wax and grease remover. So bring you guys back once we get these things ready to spray. All right, so here we are getting ready to spray. So I'm going to be using SPI epoxy, mixes 1-to-1 with the activator. This is some leftover white that I had that I used as a sealer on the town car that I painted a few months ago. So it's not the most desired color, but being that these things don't need any body work or anything like that, I just plan to spray this full strength 2 coats here, and then basically leave them until they're ready for color, and then just scuff them and shoot another reduced coat and as a sealer and go straight to base coat. So there's not going to be any filler on these things or any dents or anything like that need fixed. So I'm just going to spray the white basically just to protect it for now. I'm going to be using a waterborne wax and grease remover. I got a gallon from the same company. Got it in a pump spray. It's really good stuff. They recommend it for bare metal. Has a high alcohol content. You can smell it as you spray it, as I've said in the previous videos that I've done on this. So what I'm going to do now is just hose these things down basically until the point that they're dripping, and then wipe them down. I don't have any paint prep, but I've noticed that I use the microfiber towel and I get less lint than using the blue shop towels. I've been using these blue shop towels for the past few years, and they work, but they do leave lint behind. I noticed that when I did the quarter panels on the 60. So anyways, plugging away here. So I'll bring you guys back once I get them in the first coat. All right, so here we are, 1 coat so far of the epoxy. Did the inside and out. Missed a spot down there. Kind of a light coat to go on first. Like I say, I'm just trying to protect these pieces from rusting or flash rusting or whatever. So I use the DeVilbiss. I don't even know what it is. It's from overseas. SGK. I've had it for a few years. My buddy gave it to me. I like to use it for epoxy and sealer. Sprayed it 20 psi, full fan, like 2.5 turns on the fluid. Mixed up 10 ounces. I was going to go 8, but that's 2 per coat, or 2 per part, which is 1 per coat. Is kind of stretching it. So I mixed up 10, should have enough for a second coat. So far so good. I'm gonna let this flash off for about half an hour, then come back out and spray the rest. But so far, went on pretty good, pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot of excitement, but it's definitely something. So bring you guys back once we wrap this up. All right, so here we are, 2 coats. Pretty much looks like 1 coat. End up using 9 ounces. I had 1 ounce left over, so 8 would have been a tad short. 10 was a tad too much. So just for note on anyone who's wondering how much paint it takes to cover this. So 10 ounces, it mixes 1-to-1, so 5 ounces of each. And anyone wondering on the SPI stuff, I think it's the best on the market. It's 100% sandable. And these pieces, as they sit right now, will probably outlast the rest of my life. I would say these things will last decades before rusting. So, and I believe a gallon kit is about $240 shipped to the house, and that makes 2 gallons of sprayable because it mixes 1-to-1. You can also reduce it to stretch it if you want as a sealer. So just anybody wondering. So that's a wrap for this little project. Like I said, I'm plugging away on the 60. I did get the Continental kit in, so I'm going to be epoxying some parts in that in black this week probably, and hopefully we start on the sheet metal pretty soon. I've just been collecting a bunch of parts. It's definitely not budget low riding. It's a very expensive car to build, so it's taken a lot of money. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this little weekend update. Stay tuned for more work. We're working on the blue Lincoln on the hydraulic setup. Anyone following my Instagram page, I posted a picture there yesterday. We're doing a whammy setup on that. We should wrap that up in probably the next 2 weekends. And I believe we're going to be working on the 62 rolling chassis pretty soon here. And then we should be getting on the sheet metal on the 60. So anyways, enough talking. Hope you guys enjoyed this weekend's update. Stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.